Hey guys, so we are back. This is officially episode 2 with myself and my cousin Erica. So she has so much to talk about because she has successfully completed her first month on Mounjaro. And I say successfully because she has done really well. We are in my mom's room today. So can everyone just take a second to soak in her room because it is absolutely stunning. And we came over to have breakfast at my mom's house today. And so I was like, do you mind if we record in your room? And so she was okay with it. But she also has the rose theme in her room. And if you guys want, at the end of the video, I'll kind of walk around and show you guys up close how beautiful her room is. But for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. It is Crissy G. I am talking about my Mounjaro weight loss early in the game here. And then if you are back, then welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate you guys coming back and joining me week to week. Do we get right into it? Do you guys want to know the weight loss? Because that's probably what most people want to hear about is your weight loss. But before we get to it, how was your experience the last 2 weeks?
The last 2 weeks, I did have, I've been very nauseated a lot. And then I also had a stall for like 3 or 4 days where I was getting a little frustrated because it just kept bouncing back and forth.
She started to have a stall, what, after your 3rd week?
Yeah, I think it was after the 3rd week. It was right when I took the last injection, actually the 4th week.
So at the start of the 4th week, she went into a stall and she called me and she was like really frustrated. And she's like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. Like and that's when I had to tell her, like, girl, like it's okay. Like I literally was like, think about everything you've lost the last 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
I was just kind of reassuring her, like, you've done really well the last 3 weeks. She lost in the first 3 weeks, you lost a total of what, 16 pounds?
Yeah.
And then you just started your 5th week, but you completed your fourth week at 20-pound loss.
Yes.
Because she went from, drum roll everybody, she went from 246 pounds to 226 pounds in 4 weeks. And she is those unicorns, right? She is one of the few that are losing an immense amount of weight, the first few weeks. I did not experience that. The only week I lost a majority of my weight was going to be on week number 1. I lost 4 pounds week 1 on Mounjaro. After that, it was literally 1 to 2 pounds on average. So she's managed to lose 5 pounds a week, which is insane. I am happy for her. She's also had symptoms that I have not experienced. And so she's experiencing the constant burping, which I've heard some of you complain about. She's experiencing really bad nausea and vomiting. And this is despite, I really kind of want us to start a food journal, her and I, because I just started my 7.5 and I've still not experienced any nausea or abdominal discomfort or anything like that. Which I do, you guys, I do not have really any makeup on today. And I don't know, I'm like not liking this look, you guys. So I've not really experienced that. And before I get onto this, before I forget about this, I really want to mention there's been a few of you in my comments talking about severe abdominal pain, nausea, diarrhea, vomiting. Be very careful with abdominal pain because the doctor stressed to us both that if we were experiencing any abdominal pain or severe vomiting, diarrhea, or severe abdominal pain, to make sure that we went into an emergency room because he said that those are telltale signs. Pancreatitis, which is something which is one of the major side effects on this medication, could end up being pancreatitis. So what he said that this medication basically does, it's kind of punching your pancreas, like, come on, get going. We need insulin. We need you to work harder. And so he said that one of the telltale signs is severe abdominal pain. Just make sure that if you are experiencing any severe symptoms, you have to communicate that to your doctor. Now, back to your story. So you feel the same way, like you eat and then you feel really full, like your food's right? So you want to kind of talk about what your symptoms are like after you eat or when you think you overeat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the other day, I ate birria tacos, and I didn't think I had overate because it was like 3 or 4 of them, and I hadn't ate all day. So I had a pickle at my daughter's cheer game, and then I was like, okay, you know, I'm not even really that hungry, but I'm going to eat because they had purchased those for me the day before, and couldn't eat that day because I wasn't hungry, so I saved them. Yeah, so I ate those tacos, and I was fine. I didn't feel extremely full when I ate them, but I knew like, okay, I'm full, I'm good. And then later on that night is when I started feeling, actually that was last night. So I had ate those around 4:30. So by midnight or 1 a.m., I was like, man, I kept burping and I just felt everything on my throat again. And sure enough, around 2 in the morning, I was vomiting because I just felt not good at all. Just felt like I needed to get it out of me. Like everything was right there. I felt very uncomfortable. And I had that experience as well on previous times. So this is the third time that it's happened to me. The first time I told you guys about it, the first time we came on, I'd only ate once that day because I had like an apple and an orange for lunch. And then I came home. Oh, and I ate one of my frozen healthy meals. I buy those sometimes. I don't want to cook. But I bought the frozen healthy meal. I ate that. And then I ate a piece of the fruit roll-up Gushers that my daughter had. Well, not a piece. I had the little pack. It was 80 calories. But I was like, I'm well under my 1,000 calories, which I know that's not good all the time. But I had ate and I felt full, and, you know, I had my snacks throughout the day. But I didn't think it was overeating. But then that night, I don't know if it was the sweets from the fruit roll-up Gusher. I felt nauseated. And I was throwing up like 3 hours later.
So, in listening to you tell me about how you ate and how you didn't feel you overate, I agree. If you take the total amount of food that you ate that day, it probably didn't amount to over your, 1,000 to 1,200 calories. But maybe it's that you need to eat smaller meals instead of one big meal.
Right.
Or so maybe that's what's making you sick, is waiting too much throughout the day. Like for me, I'm fine doing that. Like I can go the entire day and then eat my normal meal at night and I'm okay, or in the evening and I'm okay. But maybe for you, because it seems like your stomach can't handle that.
I think I can see that being an issue because the days that this is happening to me, it's one meal, like one real meal that day. Either I didn't snack on anything or I snack on something very light, such as an apple or an orange, and then go hours before I actually have my meal. And then I feel like that. So it could be that it's just too much at once.
Right.
And I maybe do need to like portion it even more. But, in my head, I'm like, it's a healthy frozen meal. It's already portioned. Like, I feel like it's not a lot. But I guess with the medication, it probably is maybe too much at once.
Not digesting it the same. So that's definitely something to think about for those of you who are complaining that you still have a lot of nausea and stuff like that. Maybe it's the portions that you're eating at once. So maybe if you had a small portion, for your breakfast and a small portion for your lunch. That's another question that I want to address to many of you who are asking me, why is your doctor keeping you on the 2.5? Why did he decide to keep you on the 5.0, et cetera, et cetera? So the way my doctor sees it is if you are doing okay on the dose that you're currently on, you're still losing weight, your side effects are manageable, you're not having adverse side effects, then he keeps you on a little bit longer so that you don't start having the adverse side effects and whatnot once he moves you up. Because for a lot of people, when they get moved up, they start having the common side effects again. And so they'll keep you on longer. But for me, the hunger really starts to wear off towards the end. And I think you talked about that too.
Yeah, I was feeling that. I think I was calling you and I was like, man, which is really weird because on the third injection, that one, I was really worried because I was hungry the days before, like a day or two before I took the injection. And then when I took it, I called you again. I was like, man, it's crazy because all I want to do today is eat. And like, I keep eating and I don't even feel full. Like, I don't know, like this is weird. But that was
just one day.
Yeah. And it was just, I think it lasted, it was just that one day. And I was worried because I was like, I'm going to put all this weight back on because I didn't get nauseous or I didn't feel like I can't eat no more. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, I lasted one day.
It happened to me at every level in the game also. Like every dosage that I've been on, every month that I've been on, there is a day or two where I just have this ravishing hunger. Like I'm just starving and I just want to eat. And I do, and I eat. And those are the days that I'm like, I just can't do my fast today. Like I need coffee and creamer this morning. I need lunch this afternoon. And that's okay though, you guys. Like that's what I want to stress. Like that's what I try to tell her that day that she called me, like really concerned about how much she felt like she was hungry and and I'm like, it's okay. We have to remember that our bodies are going through a continuous change all month long. Maybe you're ovulating on those days where you're hungrier. Amp flow is gonna come. Maybe that's a high time during your hormones. Maybe it's a low time during your hormones. Like our hormones are continuously changing on a daily basis throughout the month, preparing our bodies for whatever they need to be prepared for. So always take in consideration that, it's okay to have off days. There's nothing, the important part is that you're jumping on back to your journey. And that's what matters. It's like, take your one day that you felt like, oh my God, I just wanted to eat everything in sight, and then just move forward. I want to say that for your symptoms, you still feel cold, right? You get a lot of cold.
Yes, I'm always cold.
Which she used to be hot all the time. Like she's
sweating,
always complaining about being hot, and now she's been cold, which is something that we've all talked about. Lucky if I poop pebbles once a day. Sorry, you guys, I know TMI. I feel like we've become very honest with each other on this channel, though. Like we've had no choice but to share even what we normally probably wouldn't talk about. I guess let's get into it. I know you guys are probably waiting to see if she's lost any inches. Yes, she has. I will put into the description here her measurements, her start weight, her current weight, and her start and current measurements, because I cannot remember for the life of me right now. I don't have them in front of me. So I'm actually probably going to have to go over to my last vlog of her and I and get the measurements there. I did write them on the measuring tape, but we checked it a minute ago and we're like, are those real numbers? Because this was literally 2 weeks ago, you guys. And this is why I tell you that it's so important for you guys to take your measurements, because when I showed her, like, girl, this is where you were 2 weeks ago. Look where you're at now. And I mean, she is complaining that her clothes is fitting looser or whatnot. But like, you still just, until you see the physical number of what it was before and what it is now, you kind of don't believe it, even though your clothes is fitting looser or whatnot. So we're about to take the measurements. And like I said, I will leave them here in just a second so you guys can see the before and after. I mean, you can already tell how much smaller you are from the last time that we took the video. You see that I didn't even struggle hardly anything. So she's measuring right at 46. So you guys probably can't see that, but she was at 47 last time. Wrong way.
Oh, yeah.
So you're at 45. So 45, actually. So she is measuring at 45. And I will bring you guys in closer. You'll see that? 45. And she was at 47 just 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, she was at 47 inches. I mean, look, you guys, look how much smaller she is now than she was just 2 weeks ago. That's insane. This is why I tell you guys, and I did this same thing with you guys on camera where you could see her measurement. And so now we're going to do your butt thigh area. So she's now at 50. Hold on. 51. So if you guys can see, she's at 51, but she was at 53. Were you at 53 last time? I know I was at 53. I remember us talking about how. So I want to say that she's lost 2 inches around her hips, but I will, like I said, I'll go back to your video from last week and go up a little bit higher on your arm. Maybe if we went higher on your arm. You're at 15 there. I think that's where we really were on your 15, because you were 15 and a half last time. So yeah, she's lost about half an inch. So yeah, we just took her arm measurements and she was at 15, and last time she was at 15 and a half. And then she's lost about 1 to 2 inches around your waist, around your hip area. Like I said, I left them there for you guys to see. So that's why I say it's so important for you guys to take measurements, because when you get into a stall, you could visually see, like, this is where I started and this is where I'm at. And it's crazy to see that. And it'll remind you that all that hard work that you're putting into this is working for you. Am I clear here?
Yes, I was completely shocked when she had measured that. I was like, what? Can't be like that much. I mean, I knew I had lost some because I could see it in my clothes. Most of my jeans all fit me baggy, but I didn't expect it to be that much. Like once you actually pull and check, like
it's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So this was another episode of Crissy G and Erica. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We have so much fun doing this for you guys. So this is episode 2. We hope you enjoyed it. If you are still here watching, thank you so much for supporting our channel. Thank you guys, and till next time.
Bye.
All right, you guys, I promised y'all that I would take a video of my mom's bedroom, and so we do have the same bedroom set, because we both kind of have that chic farmhouse look. And then she also has the rose color in her room. But this bench is the cutest, you guys. I mean, definitely if I did, this would be what I want my room to look like. And she's like the type that she wants her house to look like it is not lived in. So, yeah, you guys, that's it.
I could see you in the background.
She acts like she didn't even hear me.
It's okay because I can just edit you out the video.